Hey, welcome back today. Dylan's out ripping on his Polaris out there. I don't know if you can see him. But anyways, I did a thing. I went and got an EVO Motorsports breather for the Can-Am, and it just came in. So I'm going to be installing that today, and I'm kind of going to do it on video. And here's what I got and what it comes with. So comes in this nice little box with the catch can itself. Yeah, it says EVO on it. It's got a little breather valve, then the in and the air out. Comes with a little breather filter, and then the clamps and a pre-filter for the filter. So from what I've been reading, especially on these little turbo engines, they have this breather valve that, let me see if I can get to it, is actually, let me go on the inside and get to it. It's kind of like, if you're familiar with automotives, it's kind of like the PCV valve, the pressure positive crankcase valve. And what it does is it takes all the steam, any other gases that come up from just in your crankcase. All that stuff has to go somewhere, and instead of letting it create positive pressure inside your valve covers, your heads, or your oil tank, it breathes out. Well, on newer cars or ATVs, UTVs, it actually vents back into the intake system, which then sends all that gunk that comes out of your crankcase and valves back into your intake. So it completely can cover, or it can just saturate all your injectors and really mess with your fueling. So here's the turbo. So I took out the center piece in between the two seats, and you got easy access to the turbo. And there's this little hose right here. You can kind of see I'm clicking on it. So that valve comes out of the crankcase and shoots back in here into the intake side of the engine. So I'm going to put a breather valve on there, or the catch can as they call it, to catch all those gases. And the tools you need are a 1/4 inch ratchet just for the clamps, and then a 6mm Allen wrench for the EVO catch can itself. And then the EVO catch can comes in, sorry, I'm all over the place. The EVO catch can will then mount in here, kind of like that, somewhere, wherever I kind of want to put it. I think right here is where I always see people putting it. So anyways, I'll get right back to you with the installation. So I lied. I also got an extension for my ratchet, just so I can get it in there a little bit easier with a deep socket. Just makes things a little bit easier. It also came with a little plug. I'll show you right here. So when you take the hose off, you can then put, since you're in this area, just go ahead and put the cap on, plug on, and then close it all up so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Now it's on there, right there, little cap. This cover goes back on pretty easy. I thought it was going to be a pain in the butt to take off and on, but it just has these two little slide-ins, and then it pops right in. So I was moving on to the back, and what I found to be a little easier, just because I didn't really know where this hose was coming from, was I could see it through this little hole. I could see it through there, but I couldn't really figure out how to get to it. So I took off one of the CVT cooler pipes so I could at least reach to it, and I passed it through to the back, and then, oh, there it is. I realized it's this hose that's coming through. It was also zip tied. I don't know if you can see this, but it was zip tied. Here's the cut zip tie to a wire back there that I'll look at and see if I need to zip tie that up. But now this is gonna connect to the EVO catch can. So let me get all set up and get that done. So while putting this together, I found out that the hose clamp that EVO sends with you is a 9/32 socket and not a 1/4 inch socket. So make sure you have your 9/32 out too. I'm just going to put this together before I stick it underneath the car and kind of figure out where I want to put it. Seems like it'll make it easier to do it out here than in there. Now you don't want to put this clamp so tight because it'll actually move up on you and come off the nipple part. So that's what it looks like coming out. So I've pulled the hose through, and now I'm going to hook up the EVO catch can. They also send you these crimp style clamps instead of the screw style. Now, I don't have too many miles on my X3 yet. I'll turn her on here in a second and we'll see exactly how many miles she has. But probably like 10 miles from now, I'll open her up and open this valve up and see how much liquid comes out, and we'll document that to see exactly what could have been going in through your engine, corroding out all your spark plugs and your injectors and everything else. So there we go. Evolution Powersports catch can. That's how you look it up. Oh, and let's see. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see it. There's 108.6 miles on her. So, not too many. Like I said, I just got her in March and I've really just been ripping her on our track. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember to like on Facebook, share on Facebook and YouTube, and like on YouTube and follow on YouTube and all the good stuff. And thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. We'll catch you around.